Hello, my name is Hannah Barker. I'm creative producer at Belgrade Theatre. And before that, I ran a theatre company called Analog for over 10 years, where we made lots of physical theatre work, which used technology to tell kind of worldwide stories on stage. So I'm today thinking about those two roles in bringing together a little warm-up that tends to work really well. We work a lot with young people who come to us in the morning or in after school, and they need something that's going to focus them, that's going to energize them, that's going to kind of make sure that their heads are in the room in a different space to being at school or whatever. So warm-ups are really important for our practice. I'm hoping other practitioners and artists that work with us will share some of their own workshops and warm-ups as part of this process. But here are just a few little things that might be kind of possible around the house in amongst babies and other work commitments. So I'm going to get cracking. So we start up with just warming up the body. So we're going to warm up the hands. We're going to warm up the hands really so that you can really feel the heat in your hands. That's right. Just kind of build that in, and we're going to kind of take that across into all the fingers, as if you're kind of washing your hands, as if you're washing your hands the way they've told you to because of this virus. So just think about that. Think about how you can make sure every part of your hand is warm. And with your left hand, you're going to make your way up your right arm so that every part of that is also warming up into the shoulder. Okay, and we're going to just swap over hands, and your right hand is going to take you down your left arm, all the way down, making sure you go back into your hands, and we're back into our hands, and we're warming up our hands. Okay, that's lovely, and we're going to now use both of our hands to do our neck, and we're going to basically kind of make our way down our bodies and warm up all of it. So down your right leg, that's it, all the way down into your feet, and back up that leg, and now down the left leg, warm that up all the way and back up, and then all your tummy back into your, round the back into your lower back, which is a really important area to warm up, and then up through your chest and up through your neck again, and then into your face. Don't forget your face, it's really important. And we're going to just spend a bit of time warming up that face of ours and our head. Oh, that's lovely. Now, and your face, we're just going to just slow that down a bit. You should feel, hopefully, your whole body being a bit warm. We're just going to turn that into a bit of a massage. Let your face go and allow your face to drop a bit. Allow your face to do whatever your hands make it do. And we're going to go, and we're going to just start tapping lightly on the face and tapping down the neck lightly, and then it's going to get a bit more, kind of a bit sharper. So down the left arm, and then back up and down the right arm. This is about just kind of stimulating your body awake a bit, and back up, and then use those hands all over, down the chest, down the tummy, you can hear it, down the back, lower back, bum, really important, down one leg, maybe the right leg first, all the way down, trying to kind of wake up the whole body, back up the leg, make sure you get those hips, a bit of the bum again, back down, and down that left leg all the way down, that's it, and back up, and again into that tummy area, up into the chest, a little bit lighter as you hit your neck, little bit lighter as you go into your face, and then just make that a little bit more like kind of raindrops on your face. Okay, so hopefully after all that you should feel a little bit, your body should be warmer, even if you're not necessarily entirely kind of energised by it, but it does wake you up a little bit. So now I'm just going to, as I'm sitting here like this, I'm just going to concentrate a little bit on the face. Again, really important, as this also potentially can help if you are wanting to do something with your voice and things, and allowing that to come out in a way that makes sure that different parts of your face have been woken up in the same way of different parts of your body. So we're going to just spend a bit of time in our mouths. So we're going to close our mouths and pretend that we've got a little bit of chewing gum in there. That's it, a little bit of chewing gum. That chewing gum gets bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger. I'm going to try and put it around your mouth. It's got really big now. You're going to look stupid. You're going to look silly. It's okay. You're allowed to. And got out. Okay, now using your tongue, you've got to wake up your tongue. Again, if you're using vocals, if you're trying to, in preparation for rehearsals or whatever else, you've got to wake up your tongue so you can be as articulate as you possibly can. So there's your tongue, it's got to wake up like anything else. So we're just going to kind of move that around the mouth. Exploring every corner. And now with that the tip of the tongue, just make your way round in a big circle. So you're trying to trace a big circle around in your mouth with the tip of your tongue. You can hear I'm making noises. That's okay. Make noises. Be silly. It doesn't matter. No one's watching, apart from right now for me, but that's my problem. But you should definitely just act as if you're not being watched. All the way around. And back the other way. And really exercise that tongue. Really make sure that it's going to the very far reaches of your mouth. Okay. Now, that should have woken up your face a little bit, but we're just going to take that a little bit further. We're going to make our face as big as we possibly can. It's your eyes, it's your mouth, it's your ears, if you can feel, trying to make your whole face as big as you can. And you can stick your tongue out if that helps. And then you're going to try and make it as small as you can. As small as you can. You're going to look silly. It's okay. We're allowed to. And as big as you can. You think it's big, but make it even bigger. And small as you can. And then go take that into our bodies. So we're going to make our bodies and our faces as big as we can. So again, I look silly, it's okay. And now as small as you can. And release. Now you should feel the tension when you're making it as small as you can, and also when you make it as big as you can, but particularly when you make it as small as you can. And there's something about then that release of tension, which is also really nice. And that brings me on to the next thing, which is breath, and not ignoring the role that breath has in warm-ups, in pretty much everything really. If anyone does yoga or any kind of meditative thing, it's all about breath, and it's about listening to your breath and using that to support you. And I would say warm-ups are no different. And you don't have to take it off into kind of strange directions. You can just do it really simply. And we're certainly not saying do lots of quick breathing in and out. We don't want hyperventilating to happen. But just being aware of your breath. So we're just going to just stand here, kind of feet hip width apart on the floor, so that you've got a really kind of comfortable position. And you want to have your knees slightly bent so that they're not locked. Nothing should be locked. Everything should be slightly kind of loose, but you've got a really strong trunk that's holding you to the ground. And again, trying to look forward, not looking down, not looking up, not looking to the side, but just so that you're properly centered, looking forward. And you're just going to concentrate a little bit on your breath. So you're just going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And just feel a little bit where that breath is coming from. If it feels like it's all up here, then you're not employing your whole body to do it. So just allow it to be kind of coming from quite deep inside you. Don't think about it too much. It's just, if you're kind of doing, then it feels like it's all here. And that's actually kind of about the kind of tension up here, rather than allowing your breath to really kind of literally as if it's filling your whole body. So if you're breathing now, just think about your breath as you take it in, filling up like a balloon into every corner of your body, into your toes, into your fingers, everywhere. And then as you breathe out, kind of that kind of exhale, allowing all that air to kind of disappear back out again. So just a couple more. And just kind of observe a little bit where you feel that breath coming from, where you feel that breath going to. And part of the reason for doing that is about trying to kind of connect your breath with any kind of warm-up activity that you do, because the two things are absolutely connected and will help each other. So also, just a little warning, of course, always do what you can do. Don't try and push it. Something I might do, someone else might not feel comfortable doing. And it's obviously the case that you just have to just take what's useful to you. Everyone is different. So that's really, really important. So now we've kind of done a bit of that. Now we can kind of start concentrating on how we connect that breath to some of the warm-up activities across our bodies. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just take that into the shoulders. So as I breathe in, I'm also going to lift the shoulders. So, and then as I breathe out, I'm going to drop the shoulders. And as I breathe in, I'm going to lift the shoulder. Kind of just sustain it for a second and then breathe out. Now you can see with my lips, I'm also just allowing them to do whatever is necessary. It's okay, make noises, you know, blow raspberries, whatever works. It's about a release, and that's as important as anything else in this warm-up. So breathing in, lift your shoulders, just a moment, and breathing out. And allow that breath as much as you can to try to kind of elongate a little bit. So kind of breathing in and then breathe out as much as you possibly can before you then take your next breath. Again, it's about kind of building up your kind of reservoir kind of down here to be able to kind of be able to do more things. So breathing in, shoulders up, sustain that, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. And it's just little tiny things, but just trying to kind of connect that breath to that movement. Okay, moving swiftly on. We're going to just kind of now concentrate on the arms really quickly. So first of all, the shoulders. So we're just going to start doing little circular movements backwards, and that's from the shoulders. So you can see it's just the shoulders I'm employing. The arm follows whatever the shoulders are doing. And then we're going to lift the elbows, and the elbows are going to join in. So it's the shoulders and the elbows, and that's what's going to be propelling our movement backwards. Trying to draw circles with your elbows either side of your body. And then as we go on, we're going to kind of employ the whole arm. So we're going to kind of be going like that. And in doing so, you are, with your fingers, you are attempting to draw big circles either side of you. Trying to make those circles as kind of circular as possible, not oblong or anything like that. And that will really help. Now, you don't need to do this very quickly. You can do this as slowly as you want. You can do this sitting in a chair. You can do this kind of whatever suits you. And you can do it kind of, different people have different injuries, different people have different kind of setups, and some people, their arm can stay straight, some they can't. That's absolutely fine. Just allow you to kind of draw those big circles around as much as you possibly can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just make those circles a little bit smaller either side of you, trying to keep them either side of you, little bit smaller again. It's all still going backwards, little bit smaller, using those fingers to really identify that circle, really draw it, tiny circle, and just pause there. Now, your arms are probably aching now. That's a good sign, although it doesn't feel like it, okay? Just hold there for a second. Remember what we're saying about breath, breathing in, breathing out. Don't forget to breathe during the whole course of this. I'm not doing a great job at demonstrating that because I'm talking, but essentially breathing is really important throughout the whole of this. So we're going to now start doing forward circular motions. This could be a bit more painful because your arms have already been up for a while, but try and fight through it as much as you can. And we're just going to make those circles bigger, and bigger, and we're going to try and get to those huge, big circles that we got to when we were doing it backwards, but this time it's frontwards, and we're just trying to get those all the way around as much as possible. And again, remembering the breath, as circular as we can, and then bring that down to your arms resting either side. If you feel adventurous, what you can try and do is lift both arms up in the air, and one can go forwards and one can go backwards. Okay, so let's just give that a little go. I'll just lift this up a bit so you can see better. So 1, 2, 3, and it goes round like that. And you can use the kind of slight rotation in your body to support that. So round, and then we can swap sides, and you go round, and you go round. Again, always remember, feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent, keeping that nice trunk in your body. And then you can come down and bring that down, hands either side. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to break down different parts of the other parts of the body. So I'm not sure you can see this, I'll just redirect this down here, but you're going to lift your leg up, and we're going to wake up our ankles by turning our feet one way, turning our feet the other way, from the knee now. So the whole thing goes from the knee, first one was the ankle, now it's the knee, one way, then the other, and now we're going to go to the hip. So again, in this leg, your trunk leg needs to be slightly bent, and it needs to be centered, so it centers the body and you get the best chance balance. So we're going to go round at the hip now, round at the hip. Use your arms to kind of balance you, whatever. You can actually do this from sitting down if that's something that you can need to do, that's fine. We're going to go one way, and we're going to go back the other way. And again, it's about trying to draw those circles as much as you can and break down different parts of your body to wake them up. We're going to do the same this side. So round one ankle, one side. Again, make sure that trunk is there, knees slightly bent, and then back the other way. And then from the knee, you're going round one way and back the other way. And from the hip, so we're going round one way, that's it, all the way round. Again, take it as slowly as you need to. You know, you might just find yourself doing one of them. That's better than nothing, so it's all good. And absolutely do remain within what you can and can't do. Really quickly, just going to wake up this part of the body, the hips, that's really important. We're just going to sway them round as if drawing a big circle with our hips, kind of round. Don't be embarrassed, just kind of try and do that as much as possible. We're going to make that even bigger, so the rest of the body is going to follow whatever the hips do. The hips decide and the rest of the body follows. Remember, your knees should be bent, they should be reacting to that as much as possible. As much as possible. Your whole upper body can move according to your hips, and we're going to go back the other way. And your whole upper body, again, it's about push and pull. The hips are controlling the movement and the body is responding to it. So just allow your body to do that as much as possible. Again, you can do a smaller feature of something like this if that feels like it suits you better. Now you're going to go all the way around and just really, really try as much as possible to allow your upper body to relax as much as possible and respond to the movement dictated by the hips. And we're going to just bring ourselves down into the centre. So we're bent over. I'm going to turn this way so that you can see. And what we're going to try and do there is we're going to just create a little figure of 8. So you're drawing a figure of 8 with your fingers, basically, as if you were drawing a figure of 8 on the floor. That figure of 8 is going to get bigger and bigger, and this is all controlled, again, from your hips. So your hips are controlling that movement, and your body is doing what it's told. So your arms are kind of essentially drawing a figure of 8 because that's what your hip dictates. And we're just going to go around, make that as big as you possibly can, so that again you're feeling a stretch in the side here, and you're feeling a stretch in the side here, and your knees are kind of bending according to support that in whatever way you can. Okay, I'm going to bring that down into a slightly smaller thing now, to a smaller thing, into stopping. Again, all through this, breath is really important. Breath is really important. I'm going to just turn so you can see what I'm doing. But again, allow that moment, knees slightly bent, or have your whole upper body drop down, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Remember, when you breathe in, feel it fill your whole body, feel it filling all this bit, all of that bit, and then without, we don't want anyone to get dizzy, so you're going to have to take a bit of time as we start rolling our bodies up, knees slightly bent still, nice trunk, feet hip width apart once again, really slowly, as if you're kind of going up the vertebrae step by step. It's like you're unfurling bit by bit, and really take it slowly. You don't want to get dizzy with this, and there's no need to. Again, you can do a version of this sitting down if that's preferred, and then you sit up. Last to join is the neck and the head. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, so that is basically a very, very quick little insight into one of the warm-ups that we might do for our young people, and one of the warm-ups I might have done with Analog a few years back. Take whatever's useful, do what is possible for you, but it's something you can do with family. It should be accessible to all, and be silly with it. Don't be embarrassed. It's okay to look silly. That would be my advice. I'm hoping that there's going to be much more exciting practitioners to follow this one, but I hope that's useful. Keep smiling, everyone. Bye-bye.